Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
In Plainville, it was a day of solemn silence, a procession for Raymond Allen Moreau, a firefighter who died in the line of duty yesterday morning. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
I'm Sarah Sanchez. We're learning new details about the cause of death, so let's go over what we know so far. Plainville fire crews were called to a house fire on Maria Road just after 6:30 last night. Moreau was standing near what they're calling a fire apparatus while other crews attacked the fire. A piece of the fire truck broke off and hit Moreau in the leg. This left what is being described as catastrophic injuries to his leg, and he died during surgery.
And today the question becomes, how do you honor a man who dedicated decades to helping others? It's not an easy thing to do, and something made even more difficult by the sudden loss. Fox 61's Solene Arif shows us how those who knew Ray Moreau and those who are just learning of his sacrifices are remembering what he meant to the community.
As tributes pour in this week for Ray Moreau, it's a reminder of the sacrifices and dangers that come with the job. Connecticut State Police say Moreau volunteered tens of thousands of hours as a volunteer firefighter, answering countless calls before he answered his last call here on Sunday. There was something beautiful but solemn about the way first responders honored one of their own on Monday. It wasn't a loud gesture, but in the silence, you could see how much Ray Moreau meant to this department as his body was carried to a funeral home for a funeral nobody saw coming.
Well, of course, like anyone else, I'm very sad. It's devastating for the Plainville community.
Stevie Ventura was one of dozens who lined up on Monday to pay respects at the Plainville Fire Department, where this memorial is growing, just like the town's grief.
Ray was a dedicated fireman, 35 years on the force. That tells you right there.
And as condolences keep coming in.
It was a terrible accident that took his life. My heart goes out to his family.
There's a public ceremony being planned for him right here in the town where he laid his life down, serving his neighbors.
This reminds you, when you see a first responder, when you see that firefighter, when you see that policeman, when you see that EMT, reach out to them and say thank you, because every day they're at some risk taking care of us.
In person and online, it can be hard seeing how much people are grieving this Plainville firefighter. But it's not hard to see how much they'll miss him and how grateful people are for those in small towns and large cities all across the state. Those like Ray Moreau.
God bless Ray and his family.
Who wake up each day and answer the call, knowing that it might be one of the last things they'll ever do. And that ceremony starts at 7 p.m. here at Plainville High's Trinity Stadium. If you can't make it in person, you can watch our coverage Tuesday on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. Reporting in Plainville, Solene Arif, Fox 61.
And fire chiefs from departments across the state are sending their wishes to Plainville. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules has more on the outpouring of this support.
Fire Chief Kevin Cooney with the South Windsor Volunteer Fire Department says the news is heartbreaking to all volunteers in the area. Sunday, as the Plainville Fire Department mourned the loss of Raymond Ray Moreau, the South Windsor Volunteer Fire Department and others helped cover the area. Moreau served the Plainville Fire Department for 35 years. With the number of volunteer firefighters being down across the country, Chief Cooney says someone like Moreau is rare.
A guy like him is a tough shoe to fill because he was very dedicated. Apparently for 35 years, you have to be very dedicated. It's hard to find somebody that dedicated nowadays.
Chief Cooney says Moreau's ultimate sacrifice should be a permanent reminder to all of his love and dedication to his community. In South Windsor, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
We're wrapping up a warm and humid Monday out there. One of those days where if you stood in the shade, really didn't give you much relief.
Not a heck of a lot, and we've got more of that on tap here because it looks like we've got another heat wave going. Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here with more details on this alert.
Yeah, today's day one of our heat wave. We've got 2 more days to go, and it will feel even hotter, like between 95 to near triple digits. We do have a chance for a thunderstorm late Wednesday or Wednesday night, but most of the next couple of days will just be hot and dry. A heat advisory is in effect for the entire state for the next couple of days, and it's the same reason we've issued this weather impact alert, just to give you a heads up about when the worst of the heat will be this week. Again, that is the next couple of days, so you're not trying to plan on training for a marathon during the peak heating of the day, Tuesday or Wednesday. Here's a look at temperatures right now. We're looking at low 90s in Meriden, 87 in Waterbury, but it feels like up to near triple digits right now in Meriden. Low temperatures tonight will end up dropping back near 70 degrees, and heading through the day tomorrow, it's even hotter than today, and we may end up approaching records. We'll talk about it and time out the potential for heavier rain coming up.
Rachel, thank you. And keep in mind the extreme hot weather protocol is in effect now until 8 p.m. on Wednesday. It means cooling centers will be open. So to find the closest one to you, just dial 211 on your phone or visit 211ct.org. We also have that information available on fox61.com.
Well, an excavator hit a high-pressure main on Keeney Street in Manchester this morning, and it caused a significant gas leak and closed roads there for hours. We met with Manchester's Fire Chief Daniel French, and he tells us it happened around 9:45 this morning. The main runs from Glastonbury to Manchester Mall. Response teams couldn't cap it on their own, so neighboring departments had to come in and help lower the pressure. The chief says it was not a dangerous situation on the ground, and they didn't need to evacuate the area. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
New Haven leaders say ICE agents detained a Wilbur-Cross High School student last week. Right now, the 18-year-old is being held at a detention center in Massachusetts. The city's mayor and superintendent say Esdras R. was picked up while he was at work on July 21st. Community groups asked us to name him only by his first name and last initial there. We're told he is a rising junior and a recent immigrant. New Haven officials say Esdras is a hard-working student and a fine young man, and his being detained is unconscionable, they say. Fox 61 reached out to ICE, and we are waiting to hear back.
A motorcyclist is in the hospital tonight with serious injuries after a crash in Meriden this morning. Police say a motorcycle and a Honda CR-V collided on East Main Street just before 10:40. Police say the driver of the Honda didn't yield for oncoming traffic when they left a McDonald's. The motorcyclist was thrown off the bike. The Honda driver is cooperating with this investigation.
And Wethersfield police say 2 armed robbers are on the loose tonight. Officials say the 2 men robbed a Motel 6 on Silas Dean Highway around 10:15 last night. Police tell us the men pushed the clerk into an office, pointed a gun at them, and demanded cash. We're told they assaulted that clerk, stole some of their personal items, and then took some cash. The clerk has minor injuries but is expected to be okay. Investigators say the suspects drove off in a white 2017 Hyundai Elantra with this license plate. That car was reportedly stolen out of Hartford. Call Wethersfield Police if you can help with the investigation.
Well, Plainfield man's been charged with 18 counts of third-degree rape. Police arrested Reed Kapler on July 14th at his home. He's wanted out of New York as well, in Ulster, New York. We're working to learn more details about this investigation. Kapler is being held, though, on $250,000 bond.
Well, earlier this month, a large pet lizard escaped from a home near the border of Massachusetts. Days later, someone believes they spotted the lizard several miles away, crossed over the border into Connecticut. Fox 61's Joe Motti spoke with police and locals about the reptile and what to do if you see it.
A 5-foot-long Asian water monitor escaped its home in Massachusetts, and it was spotted in Connecticut a couple days ago. People that live in the area of the sighting tell me they hope they find the reptile soon.
I actually feel bad for it. I mean, people are making a lot of jokes about it, but I feel bad because I'm afraid he's going to die.
Webster, Massachusetts Chief of Police Michael Shaw says the lizard escaped from a house in town a couple weeks ago. They searched the area but couldn't find it. He says, however, that it was allegedly spotted miles away.
So it was spotted, I guess, under a car over the line in Thompson, pretty far over the line, maybe a mile and a half. So it's quite a distance from where it came, if that's the lizard.
According to Thompson Animal Control, the lizard, whose name is Goose, was spotted near Wilsonville Road and Thompson Road near Little Pond. The pond is home to a small community of people, and some of them tell me they look for it every day.
We come out in the morning and we're looking around, and
flower beds. Hopefully you don't see something come out of it.
When he's driving, I'm looking up in the trees to see if it's up in a tree or if it's in the woods. Walking around, I'm always looking for it now.
The pond has a large swamp in the area as well. It's home to a lot of wildlife. Water monitors are illegal to have as pets in both Massachusetts and Connecticut. That's one reason locals in the area are hoping the lizard gets found.
You shouldn't be having stuff illegally. You really shouldn't. There's a reason why it's illegal. It's to protect the animal.
Water monitors don't typically eat anything other than small animals like rodents. Dogs, cats, and people are largely safe, but police ask that you stay away from the lizard if you see it.
Don't approach it because they do bite and they have some pretty nasty bacteria in their mouths, so they can do, and that can cause some damage to a person. But they won't attack you. They're not dangerous.
Police say the search for goose has caught on in the community. People are even making shirts like this one that says the goose is on the loose. Jokes aside, the community is hoping the lizard can be saved.
We're hoping we'll find him and that he stays safe and they get him where he needs to be.
We don't find him in our yard.
Yeah, I don't want to step on him.
Police say if you see the giant lizard to call 911 and keep your eyes on it. They say it belongs in warmer climates and they hope to find it before it gets cold. At Little Pond in Thompson, Joe Monti, Fox 61.
Well, caught on camera here. Take a look. A person drove their car right into someone's house in Milford. They say the driver was a student driver. They're not facing charges. Jacob Hellwig sent us this video today. The driver caused some damage there to the porch, as you can see. Thankfully, a building inspector says they found no structural issues. Chances are you've heard the word Laboo. But do you know what that is? Well, it's a toy that has exploded in popularity across the globe. It's become the must-have summer accessory after celebrities were seen sporting them. The maker of Laboo has predicted profits this year will more than quadruple from last year. Coming up on the Fox 61 Morning Show on Wednesday, Stefan Reels will take a deep dive into the Laboo trend in Connecticut. We'll look into why they're so popular and where people can buy their own Laboo in Connecticut.
What gives Laboobos their star power?
They're not conventionally cute. They're kind of little gremlin-y, and I think that everyone can kind of relate to that gremlin cuteness. And it's kind of like the Furby of our generation.
Everyone at home is probably going, huh? What? I still don't get it. Well, you can catch the story behind the Connecticut Laboo boom Wednesday morning on Fox 61 and on Fox 61 Plus.